So we're doing another AI video?
Well, yeah, I mean, our AI videos tend to do better than most of our other content, so give the people what they want.
Are you going to make me recite another long-winded spiel about the convergence of creativity in the digital world?
No.
Here we go again. Despite of it being a divisive topic, my AI related content tends to do better than most of my other stuff. So I thought I'd do another one of these videos where I let AI basically mangle my artwork, as I put it in the video title. I'm taking some of my artwork from previous videos and feeding it into Automatic 1111 just to see what comes out, using mostly vague prompts. Actually, this time around, even more vague prompts than last time. I think it's most fascinating when AI hallucinates. Let's see what AI did with my art this time. Today we'll start with this image that I painted in my last video of Kuzan Aokiji from the anime and manga One Piece. Very fun character, very cool character. I love the design. AI, what did you give us? Well, it tended to, whenever I used an anime model on this guy, it turns him into a female or an androgynous character. Some of them came out kind of buff looking. And then some of them came out post-apocalyptic looking. I don't know what's going on here. That's pretty crazy with the goggles. Some Mad Max stuff going on right there. That was another interesting thing. It wouldn't always read the glasses as glasses. But when it did do something crazy, like give me steampunk or sci-fi goggles, the anime AI models tended to turn him into a girl for the most part. Sometimes recognizing the glasses as glasses, sometimes not. And then we get this guy. I don't know where this guy came from. I don't know where it got the tattoo from. And this is where, I didn't put this random building back here. Sure, why not? I don't know if that's supposed to be his hair, like a skullet. I should draw a skullet. I wonder if that's supposed to be his hair, like a skullet, or if it's supposed to be, I don't know, like some kind of fur on whatever he's wearing here. And then it's interesting because it never quite recognizes his hat right. He wears a very simple, like almost like a knit cap, fabric cap, and it keeps giving other kinds of caps, like less simple, hats. I guess that's closer, but it's a woman, a buff woman, but a woman nonetheless. Yeah, a bonnet. Give him a bonnet. An old lady. I don't know. Very colorful. At one point, I found a LoRA. And again, I'll put the models and the different files that I use to make these images. I'll put the links in the description. But at one point I found a LoRA that looked like it would make cool dragons from these images. So kind of just nudged the style of each AI model towards cool dragon imagery. And yeah, nightmare fuel. It was like it was trying to make a dragon. I see what could be wings here, and that's like a face, clearly, but yowza. Not good yowza, bad yowza. We got these colorful ones, just surreal. I mean, now we got the shape of his face right. We got some scruff. They got the hat right-ish. It's closer to the right style of cap. This looks like a JoJo's character. I got a feeling. Last time I referenced JoJo, and I got a feeling this time I'm going to be referencing JoJo some more. This screams JoJo character. It's all about this ensemble. Is that a tattoo? Is that paint? Who cares? AI is just making it up as it goes. Why does he have scars on his face? Fuck you, that's why. So then I found a robot LoRA to kind of push the style towards robots and robotic characters. It's interesting. Kept the goggles, no hat. Kept the shape. We see the form. Like we see where, we can get a sense of where it came from. Like where that image, the shape and the elements. It's almost like, honestly, what it's like is it's as if an artist like blurred their eyes, saw what they wanted to see, and drew that. That's kind of what's going on here. Draw this in your style, but take off your glasses first. But yeah, those are some of the things it did to Aokiji. We got armored robots, we got steampunk, post-apocalypse guys, we got buff anime girls, cute but buff anime girls. Let's go to the next one. There we go. All right, so the next image is this golden retriever, and we're gonna trigger warning, we're going to get some nightmare fuel up in here. Like this guy. Speaking of post-apocalypse, this looks like some kind of mute. This drawing, by the way, this was Inktober, week 1 of Inktober. The drawing prompt was golden. So I drew a golden retriever in the sun. Cute, happy dog. And now I have this scary, ugly dog. So we've come full circle. Interestingly, again, it tries to turn the subject, the AI tries to turn the subject into a girl. I don't know why. I think there's a gender bias on some of these models, or maybe Stable Diffusion in general. Again, post-apocalyptic vibe. I don't know what's going on with this poor guy. Yeah. And this one too, the nose. We have some kind of bias towards making women, I think. I don't know. The AI it turned the dog into a blonde. Or the golden retriever into a blonde. Not all blondes, though, you know. This was one of the anime models. But yeah, don't know why. We keep seeing that. We keep seeing that, especially with the anime models. They would rather make women. Okay, so I put the dragon LoRA to work again, and I got some better stuff here. Interesting looking. I like this one. That's pretty cool. The jaw is weird. Yeah, the mouth is weird, but nothing about this mouth in 5 minutes in Photoshop couldn't make nicer. Let's see, we got like these patterns. Like I wonder if it was trying to make extra eyeballs. That's kind of crazy. This is not sure what's going on with these lines, and the mouth is a bit weird. But I think it's because it's reading the extended tongue wrong. So the tongue, the original image, he's sticking out his tongue. And in here, it's not reading it right when it tries to create a dragon out of that image. Weird with these light blue whiskers, but I like this guy better. It's like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I made a lot of all of these. Like I did just big batch renders again, even though my computer isn't the best for doing big renders or a lot of renders. I really need to upgrade. I did a crap ton of images, and for the dragon one, this dog produced some of the better stuff, even if the mouth is a little jacked up on most of them. Not sure what this random metal rod is, but you know, again, I just kind of let the AI flow. I kind of gave it the wheel, shut off the dragon thing. We got back to colorful. I'm not sure what got us back to colorful, but we got back to colorful. I mean, some of these images are okay. That's kind of weird. Again, back to a girl, back to a blonde, and another. Dare I say another JoJo character? Neck tattoo. I don't have any tattoos, but if I got one, the throat would not be high on my list of places to get one. Although some people, they do look kind of sick. I will not lie. Not sure, deformed face, it's almost like a liquid quality. I'm not sure why it keeps trying to put feathers on a dog. The AI knows it's a dog. That's a dog head. It knows it's a dog. It's not trying to turn it into something else. But for some reason, feathers. I don't know. It's fun, though. Dog person, but still with feathers. Why? Fuck you. That's why. I don't know. Reasons. Okay, so tried the robot LoRA again. Not sure why he has 3 ears. Yay, AI. But yeah, robot. Again, go into Photoshop, get rid of one of these ears. I'm not sure why this ear seems to have set teeth in his ear. Sure. Okay. That's cool. That's a cool robot. I dig this guy. I'd play as him in a game. Now, some of these images get repetitive, but believe it or not, like I was saying a minute ago, I just do batches and batches of these things when I make this, because I know that for every cool image, there's going to be a few that are ultra repetitive or are like weird and ugly in ways that aren't interesting. For all the repetitiveness I'm showing you now, these are the gems. These are the gems. That's interesting. It got less, it's another thing. Like sometimes it gets less doggy. It's weird which elements of dog it decides to keep. Like here it kept ears, aspect of snout. Here we get like more of a sense of teeth and a nose and a dog like underbite. Actually, this looks more like some kind of like ferret monster. Cyborg Ferret Monster. It's the name of my new band, Cyborg Ferret Monster. And then it anthropomorphizes it. Again, back to something more human. I'm not sure what setting I hit that made it do that. I'm not sure why it wheels back towards a human form eventually. That's fun. But I think this guy, yeah, I think this guy's my favorite. Although, I mean, this guy with the feathers is pretty sick. That would be interesting to have a dog with wings. Cool pet. But, I mean, I just want to play as this guy in a game. All right, what's the next one? Okay, so this image, this is where I let the AI really hallucinate. This is from my acrylic pouring video. Now, if you don't know what acrylic pouring is, watch my damn video. What the hell? But the short version is it's a form of painting, abstract painting, really abstract painting. Not unlike abstract expressionism, where you just kind of like drop paint onto other paint, or you basically, it literally is what it sounds like. You make a mixture of acrylic paint, thin enough to pour, and then you just pour it into itself, and you move the canvas around and kind of experiment and see what kind of cool colors and shapes you get. But this was one of the paintings from the acrylic pouring video I did a while back. And because it's so abstract, the AI saw all sorts of things in that chaos. Sometimes it gave me people, sometimes it gave me mechanical things. Iconic type imagery. Like, that's how many sci-fi book covers or comic book covers have, or movie posters have you seen with this kind of imagery? It's random. Just so, and you can kind of see, like, you look at the shapes, you can see where it sees. It's like the AI is looking at clouds. I don't know where it got that guy. There he is. Also, but as expected, it gets trippy. I made the abstract even more abstract in this one. You think it like swirled it around more, but then you see it put a person down here watching whatever the hell's going on. Maybe that person's looking at clouds. Maybe that's what it was trying to do. I don't know. Random eye! Random 3 eyes! Sure. Yeah, eventually it started making coherent faces, though, which is kind of crazy. I mean, they're still like have a gelatinous liquid quality to them, which suits acrylic pouring, if you ask me. And then I tried to push it towards realistic, and the nightmare fuel begins. Yeah. Send me your therapy bills later. Oh, what? Why? I tried refining it, though. I tried to make it a little more realistic and less ugly, and I started getting, there's still a surreal quality. But it actually, that actually looks like a person. That looks like a person who could exist, theoretically, as does this one. This one is, refined. I just kind of pumped it through again with one of the more realism-oriented AI models. And again, I think I ran this through a few times, deleted some duds, and just kept trying with this one, see if I could make it not a nightmare. Also, so... we still have some weirdness, this hand. Said it in the last video, what's with AI and hands? Says the guy who drew hands kind of terribly in previous videos. I'm an artist. But yeah, I just kept playing around with it. Tried the dragons. It did some weird things with the dragons. We made gelatinous dragons, made gelatinous people, and it made gelatinous dragons. It's got a floating head. Sure. It did pull it together on some of them. And again, the hallucination, you can kind of see the shapes, as they pertain to the original image. But yeah, it created, that from that. Wait, camera. That from that. And again, we got this colorful, this fun, colorful effect. Kept getting these like vibrant, colorful, We saw this with Aokiji and the dog, It makes a handsome guy out of that. Handsome guy. That. I don't know. But the AI sees it. Dragon stuff I find easier to see. Not sure what's supposed to be on her face. Why not? If anyone happens to dig any of these images, I'll be happy to, let me know in the comments or DM me or whatever. I'll up-res them and make them available for download. Let me know. And some of these images, like her eye is weird, but some of these images you can fix them up and make them into something. And that's the thing with AIs, Again, robots, because I love robots. I love dragons. I love robots. Robot. Wow, cool cat robot. I remember this one. This was, I remember thinking at the time this was sick. Kitty's badass. I mean, these are crazy. I mean, some of these, and the intricacy of these is nuts. But then it makes you wonder, though, where did it steal them from? Or did it steal them? Which most likely it stole them. And there's the moral dilemma. You know, when I look at some of these and I think, oh God, which manga artist or comic book artist or classical artist got ripped off here? You know, I started thinking maybe I should train my own model. You know, maybe I should do this stuff, you know, put images and stuff through a model that's based on my own artwork. But then again, if it was my own artwork, I guess that would be redundant. Although it could be an interesting experiment. To be continued on that thought. To be continued. Yeah. Anyway, let's go even crazier. I mean, with all the talk of AI and hands and how problematic hands can be, let's focus on hands next. Thank God for editing. All right, so this image has popped up in a few of my previous videos. It's just a fun Halloween illustration of a zombie hand rising from the dead. Very straightforward, very cliche. But with AI and its reputation for not doing hands well, and to be fair, hands are one of the more challenging parts of the human anatomy. Some people say the mark of a good sculptor or illustrator is their ability to render hands and feet. And AI, maybe people should make that argument about AI. And AI sucks if it can't render good hands and feet. I mean, we started pretty cartoony with this one, pretty basic and cartoony. And then it started not really seeing the main subject of the image as a hand. You know, it started supplanting it with other things like this upside down girl with weird anatomy of feet. It turned it into feet, like someone was diving into water. I guess it thought the grass was water at this point. But then it kind of found its way and turned the hand back into a hand. Then I started getting bored seeing stuff like this, so I put the robot thing in there, and it just lost everything. It lost everything. The hand turned into a head. The shapes on the sides turned into just random set elements. The ground turned into a torso. The foreground turned into a torso. The moon turned into this random round shape in back. And again, kitty. But yeah, so I tried to steer it back towards the cartoony imagery we were getting before, but again, it didn't recognize the subject as a head. Now we got a dog in a headdress. Okay, that's fun. Why not? Dog in a headdress. And I tweaked it a little bit more, and then we started getting these random characters that looked like they were from like some kind of sci-fi RPG or third-person shooter type game. Like, I don't know what it saw that made it do that, but you know, like these characters, they look like characters from a game. And I think I put the prompt undead in there, and it gave me like monstrosities that look like this, which, I mean, that's actually, despite its randomness, or probably because of it, that actually is a interesting looking undead monster, if truth be told. I mean, that is scary, you know, and it kind of like got the idea. I think this, yeah, undead. And then it started going into this more surreal territory. And sometimes I would get hands, and sometimes I would get plants. Sure. I don't know. I'm not sure what's growing off the fingers here. There's a certain otherworldliness to the background, almost like it's a matte painting or something. Plants, hand. Yeah, it kind of, for a while, it was kind of going back and forth. This kind of looks like both a plant and a hand. I mean, look at this shape here. I don't know. Plant, hand. Then I did the dragon thing again. And it, I was kind of hoping I'd get a cool dragon claw coming out of the ground. Instead, it just made it a full-on dragon and reinterpreted everything differently. You know, like the structures on the side became mountains, and the hand became a dragon, and the sun became, I don't know, Cthulhu's butthole. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I don't know. And the dragons got weird. I mean, I don't even know if I'd call that a dragon. I don't know what I'd call that. It's an interesting fantasy monster. Went back to what I was doing before the dragons, and I don't know, the plants and the colors went off the rails again. Got those hippie colors, and must have copy and pasted some setting or some prompt that gave us these vibrant hippie colors again, because here we are. That's what I'm calling them, the vibrant hippie colors. But again, I was trying to give it little guidance. I was just letting it do its thing and hallucinate for the most part. And that's crazy. Freaking eyeball. Like a dismembered fingers and a freaking eyeball floating, and I don't even know what this is. It's trippy. I mean, these are kind of trippy. There's a part of me that wonders if I could sell these as college dorm posters. Some of them. It's this leaking sun and this hand. I just realized there's a person's face there. And like again, this is the thing of it. I like and trying to ponder like what was the AI thinking? What did the AI see? What did it try to make? It's almost like a child, it's almost like why is there camera lenses here? I'm pretty sure I didn't put anything about cameras or if they're supposed to be speakers. I don't know, but I didn't put anything about like that kind of technology in the prompt. But there they are, alien looking hand. And then again, RPG characters got even trippier. Here's a dragon face for you, I guess. I don't know. Why is this building a log cabin all of a sudden? Again, reasons. F you, stop asking questions. Somehow turned the hand into a tower. Somehow turned it into a city. Again, not sure how, because I didn't get that specific with the prompts. I was just trying to let the little bird fly. We got one more, and this is my samurai. Let's jump right into the anime stuff. As you'd expect, this kind of image was a natural for the anime models. It is a friggin' watercolor painting of a samurai, for God's sake. So let's see what we got. Again, tended to turn him into female or androgynous characters. Early on, it tended to prefer this green and copper color scheme. I don't know if it was trying to emulate like a orange and cyan LUT like you'd see in some movies or TV shows, like, colorists on TV shows, when they're in a really cliche mode, that's one of their go-tos. I don't know, we'll call it, this image, like this uniform he's wearing reminds me of Attack, like that badge there reminds me of Attack on Titan. So we'll call that the Attack on Titan color scheme. Yeah, it kind of leaned towards this like green and copper, this green and copper color scheme from Titan. Kept coming back to that with these samurai ones. Not bad. Not for the eyes. I like this one. I like what it did there with how it made the trees like abstract. I don't know why there's a bench here. Oh, I just noticed she's got an extra hand down here. AI. Always issues. Hat behind the head. It's not really sitting on her head, Hat becomes the hair. And again, we've got a hand down here. A hand with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I assume there's a thumb, so 6 fingers. That hand looks a little whack too. 6 fingers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 6 fingers. Damn. That's a pretty cool image otherwise. It sucks. Oh well, nothing Photoshop can't fix. How many fingers we got here, lady? Weird thumb, and only 5 here. Okay. And a black. She knows she got it going on. Look at that face. She knows she got it going on. She got the pose. She's showing it off. But almost all of these, it turned him into a lady. I assume. I'm assuming the gender. I don't. I'm old. I don't care if I'm a terrible person. I do, but again, back to the Attack on Titan color scheme. And again, the hair. The hat becomes the hat becomes hair. Tried to push it a little more realistic, but then I don't know. Like there's a surreal quality, and there's always stuff that's like the hand is weird, and this background looks like a set to me. It totally looks like a set. Even these realistic ones, there's just something off about them. There's just something, well, especially that face. By the way, for anyone who liked my angel artwork in the previous AI video, and there's your underboob. Okay, there's your. If you watch the other video, you'll know. Tried to push it to realistic, but this time a lot of deformation, a lot of weirdness. Not quite sure why. Maybe it's because so little of his face is visible. Doesn't take much to confuse AI. And then here's the dragon. And again, the dragon turns the background into rock, but you can see the composition, the shape of the dragon's head. You can see, what was the hat. you know, it's still a profile view. Is that a sword? Does he have a sword? I don't know what that's supposed to be. That looks kind of like a sword. I mean, how crazy would that be? A dragon with a sword? And of course, it would be a magical sword. So you're like double screwed. That is strapped to his leg, but sure. Yeah, I like this one. I like this one. I don't know why he has hooves. He's very dog-like. This looks like something I'd expect to come out of the Golden Retriever ones, but I like this one. I don't know, you know, it's not quite a dragon. It's like some kind of chimera thing, but I mean, that guy's cool. And then our hippie colors again. Again, extra hand. I don't know. Nothing. These extra hands aren't anything Photoshop can't fix, though. I like this. I like how there's like a painterly texture in the background. That's pretty cool. The reed's not in her mouth, though, so good job, AI. That's a cool image. Random monster behind her. And maybe the friends. That was not bad. Totally random. I don't know why, but it just randomly decided, hey, I'm going to turn the samurai into a cobra dog thing. Because why not? Why not? So we get a cobra dog thing. Tried the robots again, and this time I got dog robots for the most part. Turned the trees into robotic forms too. Sure. Robots with dog-like faces. You know, dog-like helmets, dog-like heads. That guy's pretty sick. Dog bots, doggy bots, pooch bots. We got a lot of these too. We got a lot of them. It kept making dog bots. Imagine how many I deleted if I'm showing you this many. Out of the samurai ones, this is the one. This is what I think is most in the spirit of the original artwork, even though it's got a bit more of a tropical flair, but a bit more tropical and strangely enough, a bit more masculine flair. But yeah, it was interesting to try this again after the first time I tried it, and I'm curious what you guys think, because I got a very mixed reaction to the first video, even though it performed well. But my traditional art videos don't get great engagement, and if this one does, then, well, we'll see. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, and if you like any of these images, let me know. I'll be happy to up-res them, clean them up a little, and make them available for download. And yeah, see you in the next one.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to do all the YouTube things with bells and buttons, and then check out another one of our videos, like this one over here.